Recently, I've seen countless videos claiming that you can start a TikTok page, link it to a Shopify store, post a few videos, and make tens of thousands of dollars super easy, all without ever spending a dime. Now, naturally, as a skeptic, I couldn't help but wonder, are these people actually for real, or are they just like every other online marketer that is trying to sell us a course on it? So I decided to find out for myself. I spent 2 weeks roughly testing Shopify dropshipping using TikTok only organic traffic. And in this video, I want to share my experience, my results, and exactly how much I made, both sales and profit wise. And yes, I did make sales and some money involved. So before we get into the actual test and the results, to properly test this, I knew I needed more than just one theme page, right? Relying on one single account and posting one video a day, it just wouldn't provide enough data to see if this method actually works, because you're only dealing with one specific variable, right? I wanted to test it across different niches, across different pages, and across different videos to get a more comprehensive understanding across the board of whether this could work for people or not. That way we take luck out of the equation. So I set out to create 5 theme pages, each focused on a niche that was broad enough to have viral potential, but also specific enough to attract a targeted audience to those videos. Then I built a Shopify store. I chose products that aligned with each of those specific niches that were well-researched top products using a software that I use for TikTok Shop, which is called FastMoss. I always recommend this for TikTok Shop and finding hot viral products. I will link it in the description below if you want to test it out for yourself. And then I linked those specific products and their landing pages in each TikTok bio so that anybody that came to my actual page from the organic traffic videos might potentially click that link, go to the actual landing page for the product, and then make the purchase. Now, I also understood that I needed to post consistently. Volume is king with these type of organic businesses, because the more swings at the metaphorical plate that you get, the more chance you have to hit a single, a double, a triple, or even a home run. So I clipped videos from similar niche topics, and I reposted successful videos from other creators, hoping that their popularity would translate into traffic for my store. Now, obviously, each creator was within those specific niches, and I was also able to massively shortcut this process with a software called Simplified AI. I have done countless videos and countless tutorials on how you can use this to grow a page fast, and you can get a ton of interest and a ton of views to your videos and to your TikTok page. So I will drop one of those tutorials at the end of the description for you. This is going to shortcut the entire process. It's going to give you literally dozens, if not hundreds of videos to post a day, realistically, depending on what pricing plan you obviously want to purchase. I've been using it for over a year now. I cannot recommend it enough. Now, furthermore, I also wanted to expand to other platforms, right? I also created a YouTube channel and an Instagram page specifically for each of these niches and each one of these brands. And I reposted those same videos as shorts and reels to maximize the potential of getting a sale, views, reach, you guessed it, and just give myself additional swings at the plate, like we said. Now, the next challenge was overcoming TikTok's link restrictions specifically, right? So as you know, you can't just start a new TikTok page and then link in your bio. There's only 2 ways to get a bio link. So the first is to have at least 1,000 followers, or you could also register your TikTok account as a business and then link it through an EIN, which is an employer identification number, to get instant access to a TikTok bio link. Now, I elected to purchase 1,000 followers for each page since I already have a page with my actual EIN attached to it, so I can't apply with that again. And I didn't want to start an entirely new business, an entirely new EIN just for this experiment. So I decided to, again, purchase those 1,000 followers for each page, since I know it's extremely cheap to do this using the actual TikTok ads manager and purchasing ads via TikTok on the actual ad dashboard to low CPM countries. Now, I did an entire video literally showcasing this entire process that I did recently for a TikTok affiliate page, so I will drop that video at the end of the description for you too. It is super cheap, it is super easy, and it is super fast to buy actual followers, and these are actual followers on TikTok that are engaged with your page. They are not bot followers, ghost followers, or from some sketchy website. That is the main difference. Now, for some reason, one of the accounts never did actually get the ability to link in it to this date, and full disclosure, I'm not really sure why. It's kind of strange. So with 4 accounts ready to go, I just kind of wrote the other one off, and I was definitely ready to start the test, in my opinion, with 4 different accounts posting 4 different niches and a bunch of videos to each. So then I just started posting consistently with all the things that I clipped from Simplified AI, and I started seeing what results I was getting. Now, most of the actual posts on TikTok for all the pages didn't really get that much traction, which I kind of expected. I knew that going in, just knowing that from growing other pages, both in the TikTok affiliates accounts and TikTok shop pages and just like personal brand pages as well, the majority of your videos probably won't gain much traction. But a few did go viral, a few reached tens of thousands of views, and one on my one page actually did cross that 100,000 view threshold, although it was only one video that did that across all 4 different pages for about a week of posting. However, my experience on Instagram and YouTube was slightly different. So despite posting nearly as many reels as I did the TikTok videos, my best reel to this date I think got like 4,000 views, and it felt like a massive waste of time. And especially compared to TikTok, I think that you have a little bit of an easier time starting a new page. It's almost like you have to earn it in Instagram's eyes, whereas TikTok, realistically, although it doesn't happen as frequently as you think, realistically, any of your videos, even your first, your second, your third, can go viral if you make a decent one, or if you get lucky, or if the algorithm picks it up. And so that's where you should probably spend the majority of your actual time and your actual attention and effort. Now, with YouTube Shorts, a few did actually gain some traction pretty quickly, but then one of my channels was removed for severe repeat violations of the community guidelines. I've never seen this before. I've never heard of this before, and I could have kept posting on the other 3, but since I have channels like this with my personal brand attached to the same rough IP address, attached to similar Google accounts, and vice versa, and I couldn't figure out why this actually happened, I just decided to stop. I didn't want to avoid risking other accounts, so I just stopped posting to YouTube altogether. All right, so before we actually get into the numbers and how many sales and profit I made, one issue that I didn't take into consideration before starting this was how to collect and remit taxes for all of these different countries that I would be taking payments from. And that's something that is super complex that nobody in this space talks about, which is why I partnered with VAT AI for this video. Navigating the complexities of taxes and VAT compliance can be a significant challenge for somebody that's just starting, or realistically any e-commerce entrepreneur, and VAT AI simplifies this process by combining local tax expertise with their intelligent software. So you don't have to worry about any of it. You can just focus on selling. They offer a ton of different things that can help you with this, including VAT registration and filing, extending producer responsibility, authorized representation, trademarks, and even company registration if you need that. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And this is in over 220 countries. So this extensive software coverage empowers e-commerce businesses like you and I to expand globally while ensuring that we're compliant with all the local, state, and other country tax regulations, which is ultimately perfect for Shopify sellers, but really any e-com seller that plans to sell in more than one country. Their SaaS product makes it so much easier for us sellers because they partner with local tax professionals who possess region-specific knowledge, and then they ultimately reflect that on your store, so it ensures that your business remains compliant with diverse regulations that you might not understand worldwide, not just in one or a few countries. So with over 25,000 VAT numbers and thousands of EPR registrations under management, VAT AI has a proven track record of helping businesses simplify compliance, reduce costs, and improve our business's tax efficiency. So let VAT AI handle these complexities for you so you can focus on what you do best, which is selling and growing your business. If you want to try it out, you can do so through the link in the description below. So now on to the numbers, and after posting hundreds of videos across all these platforms, I drove just under 2,000 sessions of organic traffic to my Shopify store, and from those 2,000 sessions, I only made 3 sales, generating $120 in revenue. So the total breakdown of numbers all across the board was revenue $120, product costs were $60 when you factor in the cost of goods. To buy all those TikTok followers for each account, total, it was $45, so super cheap for that. The Shopify subscription was $1 after using a trial, and the Shopify apps that I needed to automate this process so I didn't have to do it manually if that came to that were $40 total. Now that actually left me at a net loss of $19. So when you factor in all those costs after cost of goods, softwares, etc., I did actually lose money. And while I technically proved the concept by generating sales, this process was far from effortless that some people claimed it to be. So here is my honest take. It is not as easy as it seems. So if you don't have a few viral posts or a product with high demand that you get kind of lucky on originally, this method might not be worth your time. You are much better off just listing directly on the TikTok shop and linking products there, because sure, you can only sell directly to your country at the moment on TikTok shop, but there's less friction to the sale, and you're partnering with TikTok, who has a vested interest in seeing you succeed. Because when we make sales, they make money and they get a portion of that sale in a fee. So in my experience, it is much easier to succeed directly on TikTok, be it with your own shop or as an affiliate promoting other people's products. And I think that that's probably an easier road both to profit, but also time-wise and effort-wise for most beginners. Even if I had turned a small profit profit here. The reality is the countless hours spent testing this strategy, posting videos, clipping them, even though I used software to do all of it for me, could have probably been more effective elsewhere by spending it in another business. If you are new to online businesses, or if you have more time than money, then this could be a low-cost way to get started. And similarly, if you already have a Shopify store, this could be a good way to test products and test niches without wasting a ton of money on ads. While this experiment didn't turn out to be a massive success, it wasn't a complete failure either. I learned a lot, I proved that the concept does work, and I identified areas where this method could help some other sellers. But as always, this is just my experience and what works for me, so I really hope it helps.